Hello, students of class 8. We are going to do the last chapter for the final exam, that is chapter 7 of Geography, Manufacturing Industries. Clear? Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn about a different classification of industries. Okay, so before that, we are going to learn about the introduction. Now, the products that is coming or that comes from primary activities such as mining, agriculture, they cannot be utilized without any kind of a process, so they have to be converted into a usable products. Clear? So the processing of raw materials in a finished product such as the cotton into cloth, sugarcane into sugar, wood pulp into paper, mineral oil into petrochemicals are known as a manufacturing. Clear? Now process is done with the help of machine as well as a technology. Now industrial revolution in 18th century, they started in Great Britain and later they spread to the Western Europe. Now it also resulted in the growth and the development of the modern factories. Now this revolution, what they establish a new relationship between the human beings, machine as well as the natural resources. Now manufacturing is, they are very closely related to other occupation as it depends on them for raw materials, food for workers and market for finished good. Manufacturing also helps to remove poverty as well as the unemployment. So the positions of the developed nation as a world powers, they depends to a large extent on the development of its manufacturing sector. Now, any activity, economic activity, which is associated with the production of goods are known as an industry. Clear? Now, the minerals which are extracted, it converted into a good, okay, and after that into a services, they are known as industries. Now, we can classify that is in the three sectors. One is a primary sector, one is a manufacturing sector, and one is a service sector. Clear? Now classification of industries, there are various factors which related with the classification of industries. They are based upon availability of raw materials, sources of power, water supply, availability of skilled laborers, capital investment, market for manufactured goods, transport facilities, and the ownership determine the location, development and growth of the manufacturing industries. Clear? Now, let us move towards on the basis of raw materials. Now, number one is agro-based industries. If we are talking about agro, it means agriculture. Okay. Now, agro-based industries, they obtain raw materials from agriculture such as a plant and animal, cotton textile, jute textile, silk textile, vegetable oil, sugar and food processing. Next one is a mineral-based industry. They are the raw materials which are extracted from rocks and minerals. For example, iron, steel, aluminium and cement. Then next one is the pastoral based industry. They obtain raw materials from animals like sheep, goats and cows. They use the skin, the bone, the horn, flesh as well as the milk. Woolen, textile, leather goods and dairy products are all based on the pastoral based industry. Next one is the marine based industry. They obtain raw materials from the seas and the oceans. Processing of seafood and manufacturing fish oil are the marine based industry. Next one is the forest based industries. Forest based, they obtained raw materials from plants such as the trees, bushes and grasses. Paper, cardboard, rayon, lac, resins and furnitures are forest based industries. Clear? Now on the basis of the size, okay, now size of industries also depend upon the amount of capital which has been invested, number of laborers they are required, and the amount of goods which have been produced. So number one is a cottage industry. Now in this cottage industries, what you can see, children, local raw materials and basic tools and equipments are required. Industries you can find mainly in the rural areas. Products are mainly for sale in the local market. Labor is supplied by the members of the family. Farmers or craftsmen in their free time, they make goods such as a rope, basket, handloom clothes as well as leather items. Next one is a small scale industry. Okay, small scale industry also use power driven machines. Raw materials are used from outside. Goods are also sold through traders. They are generally owned by individual and employ a small number of laborers. Okay, they produce clothes, paper goods, toys, furniture, machine parts. Next one is a large scale industry. Large scale industries, they use heavy power driven machines. Huge capital investment is there. Thousands of laborers and complex management systems are there. They bring in raw materials as from far off places and they send the finished product to distance market. Then iron and steel mills, textile mills, transport equipment are also the example of a large scale industry. Clear? Now on the basis of ownership, Private sector is there, public sector is there, and joint sector. So private sector means what? They are owned and managed by an individual, okay, or a group of individual. Now what are the example? Reliance Industries Limited, Tata Steel and Hindustan Motor. Public sector means what? Which are owned and managed by whom? By the central or the state government. Clear? Like Bhilai Steel Plant and Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited are some of the example. And joint sector industries means what? They are industry which is owned by whom? By the managed jointly by private firms and government agencies. Gujarat Alkalis Chemical Limited, Punjab National Bank, All India Limited are so on. Next one is a cooperative sector industry. Cooperative sector industries, they are owned and managed by whom? By the group of people. So generally these members, they are the producers of the raw materials. Examples of such industries, they are handloom, food processing and dairy product. And you all know Amul is a very famous name. It is also an example of the cooperative sector industry. Okay children. Next one is a multinational corporation. They are set up in the collaboration with foreign investors. Such industries, they are owned and managed by the members of the two or more countries. They includes a company like Maruti Suzuki, India Limited and Coca-Cola Company. Okay. Now let us move towards the factors which affect the location of industry. Number one is large areas of land required, regular and assured supply of raw materials, cheap and adequate power supply, skilled laborers are required, efficient network of transport is also required, market should be very near, clear. Industries like paper, they also need quantities of water, so they should be located near river, canals or lakes. Availability of capital, that is the money, should be there from the bank and the government policies. Next one is the industrial system. Now industrial system functions, they are dependent on the industrial system, how they run. So they are consist of input, process and output. Now input means what children? Very important. Raw materials, power, labor, cost of land, machinery, transport and as well as other infrastructure. Processes, what they include? Variety of activities which convert raw materials into a finished product with the application of suitable technology. And output is a final finished product and the income earned after its sale. Clear? So these three, they are also related with the three sectors. Now for example, in a cotton textile mill, what happened? Raw cotton. Okay, the cost of setting up the factory, the wages paid to the laborers and the transportation cost. Clear? So main process involved in manufacturing are ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing. So output is the cloth or the garment we wear. Clear? Next one, industrial region. Why industrial regions are very important? Okay. Number one, area around the Great Lakes in Eastern North America, area around the North Sea in Western and Central Europe, Eastern Europe and around Moscow in Russia, Eastern Asia, including Japan, China and South Korea. So many industrial regions of India are also there in the ports of Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Clear? Now, they are the Hooghly Industrial Region, Mumbai, Pune Industrial Region, Ahmedabad, Vadodara is there, Madurai and Coimbatore, Bangalore is there, Chota Nagpur Plateau Industrial Regions are also there. Okay, children? So, National Capital Territory Industrial Regions are also there. So, this much for today. Okay, children, we will continue in the next class. Thank you.